MLB Network is your exclusive home for postseason baseball. It's Game 1 of the American League Division Series between the Boston Red Sox and the New York Yankees. Hi again, everybody. Matt Vasgersian welcoming you to our exclusive postseason coverage on MLB Network. With me is Harold Reynolds and Dan Plesac. And Dan, we'll start with you. This series has the feel of one that's about to get very interesting.
Well, here's a little comparison of these two teams. Looking at it earlier, to me, the story is all about the pitching. Both squads have some good arms, and the team that gets the best outings are probably going to come out on top.
The postseason is officially in full swing. Lineups and first pitch coming up next. Back now live as we count down to the start of Game 1. Let's join public address announcer Mike Carlucci.
And now, your 2018 New York Yankees.
And now here's how the visiting Red Sox line up in this one. Dan, who do we keep an eye on?
Well,
so digging in now, John Wiggins.
Baseman.
First cuts for him here with the bases open and 2 away. Now the pitch. In the air to center field and deep back is the center fielder. Back he goes, but this is going to be a home run. So it's a solo shot to dead center. His first homer so far in the series, as the Yankees will grab a 1-0 lead.
well, there's an old saying that the harder you throw, the farther it goes. How about this? Good fastball, and this ball is absolutely tattooed. See you later.
Leading off for the Red Sox, catcher, Blake Swihart.
Now the 0-2 pitch. Ground ball right side. He lays out, but he can't make the play, and it's through into right.
Well, he got ahead early 0-2, and you still gave him a little bit too much to work with, because that's why he's able to get a ground ball for a base hit.
Second baseman.
Here's the second baseman now, Dustin Pedroia. Slowly hit to first. I don't think they can get 2. And he'll just step on first here to take the Shure out. Striding in once again, John Wiggins. He'll lead things off here in this 1-run contest.
Wiggins.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Takes a fastball on the inside corner.
Matt, I'm a little surprised he's throwing as well as he is. He's pitching less than 40% first pitch strikes, and it's either very deceptive or his stuff is electric to the hitters. Usually that doesn't happen when you're behind that much to have this kind of success.
The windup and the 0-2 pitch. A swing and a drive sent out toward the gap. Gone to lead off the inning. So a solo shot here to left center field, his second of the game, and this is now a 2-0 lead for the Yankees.
Well, when it left its bat, I didn't think it had the height to even clear the fence. Shows you how much I know. That thing was a laser shot that just kept going and going and going. Wow, that was impressive.
Here's Jackie Bradley now. 1 for 2 with a double on his line thus far. Hits are now even at 4 apiece. Shoots this one over to first. To his right, Wiggins. And he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. A run on 2 hits in the inning for Boston. Last half of the 5th coming up. The Yankees are out in front, 2-1. John Wiggins will stand in looking for home run number 3 as we take you back to inning number 4. And this was his second home run of the game as he's been dialed in so far in this one. A swing and a drive sent out toward the gap, but that'll be off the wall in right center. And he is into second with a double, his 3rd hit of the night.
This right here is the difference between an average hitter.
Here's Mookie Betts. Not much in the way of productivity from him so far, but he's got a chance to come through here in a crucial spot.
Yeah, it's time now that he has to put the rest of those bats behind it, because none of that matters if he can clutch up when it really counts.
This is on the ground over to first. And he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. So it's 2 runs on 4 base hits. No errors and a couple of men left on. 7th inning stretch time now here in the Bronx. Boston's out in front, 3-2. Digging in and looking for more, John Wiggins. 2 home runs and a double to his credit thus far. Having quite the game. And that's dead center for strike 1.
That's a big pitch right there. It could change the at-bat. When you're facing a good hitter like this, that first pitch, strike 1, is so important as to who's going to control this at-bat. Right now, pitcher's got the advantage.
Takes a look at a sinker that stayed up high, but good for strike 2. Swing, line drive. That's going to be trouble. Around first, digging for 2. And he'll get in at second base as the tying runs aboard with a leadoff double. Trying to pick things up where we left off. John Wiggins. He'll start things out here in a tie ball game. First pitch of the at-bat. Belt high and right down the middle for a strike. Drive to right field. This could do it. Game over. Walk-off home run. A solo shot here to straightaway right field. And with one swing of the bat, this ball game is over.
Man, the postseason always seems to deliver big moments, and this was no exception. A walk-off in the final at-bat ends it, and there's bedlam at home plate. Wow!
Well, heroes are made in the postseason, and he was at least the hero in this one. He's our top player of the game.
And obviously, every game is so important in the postseason. So when you come to play like he did and make a big difference for your team, it's something that won't be forgotten.
And it's a 4-3 finish in the season. From the Bronx, MLB Network brings you baseball from Yankee Stadium. It's Game 2 of the ALDS between the Boston Red Sox and the New York Yankees. Who will get the better of this compelling matchup? We'll find out next on MLB Network. Luis Severino is on the mound for Game 2. Harold, any thoughts?
Well, Matt, we're watching a guy who's the reigning champion of the Cy Young in the American League last year. He's the American League Cy Young Award winner. That speaks volumes to his stuff and how he gets himself ready for games. He's always prepared.
Back now as we draw ever closer to first pitch. Let's listen in to public address announcer Mike Carlucci. And now here's how the visiting Red Sox line up in this one. Anybody catch your eye, Dan?
Well, there are.
Coming to the plate now, Jackie Bradley Jr. He'll get to take his first cuts here.
Jackie Bradley Jr.
2-2 count. Here it comes. Beautiful diving stop. It's in time.
Batting third, first baseman, John Wiggins.
There's a ball ripped toward the gap in left center. Around first, he's digging for second. And he will stroll in there standing with a 2-out double. Off the bat, it was pretty clear right away that that hit was going to get him at least 2 bases. So stepping in, Dustin Pedroia, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. Ready on 1 and 2. Hit toward the right side. And that's in there. Base hit. Shaw rounds the corner and is headed home. In to score the runner from second.
Well, that's a nice hit. We're right back here.
Trying to pick things up where we left off.
Next for the Yankees,
John Wiggins.
First baseman, John Wiggins.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. Takes a high fastball for a strike.
Well, he got a high strike on a fastball right there. That's pretty unusual. Usually early in the count, you're going to see a guy work down in the zone. That high fastball, usually the put-away pitch with 2 strikes. He pitched him backwards right here.
Betts is back, and he'll get there to make the play for route number 2. And so with 2 away now, let's give you another look at our playoff bracket as you see what could lie ahead for the winner in this series. Ready for another shot now. John Wiggins. 1 for 2 with a double on his line thus far.
Wiggins.
Into the windup and the pitch. Hard liner to center field. Betts is there now, and he has it. 2 gone. Into the box now. John Wiggins.
First baseman, John Wiggins.
And there's the 4th wide one, so he's aboard on the intentional walk. Here's Mookie Betts, 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts for him to this point in the ballgame.
Mookie Betts.
Crowd gets up for the 3-2 on the ground to the right side. And he'll step on first for the out. 3 unassisted.
Man, facing Chapman is not for the faint of heart as he unleashes fireball after fireball. Gets the final out here and another save. What a weapon Chapman is.
Before we take our leave, time for a look at our final line score here in what turned out to be a close 2-run victory. Well, heroes are made in the postseason, and he was at least the hero in this one. He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, no time like the postseason to come through and lift your team to victory. He was certainly a big factor here, and it was pretty cool to see.
4-2 the final score today. We are under the bright lights tonight as MLB Network welcomes you to this presentation of Major League Baseball. It's Game 3 of the American League Division Series between the New York Yankees and the Boston Red Sox. Two great hitters lead their teams to battle next on MLB Network. Rick Porcello will do the pitching in Game 3 of the series. What do you have for us on him, H?
Well, Matt, this guy's been pretty unpredictable. Inconsistent, I guess, is probably the best word to put it. Look, he's got a career ERA over 4, but he continues to make starts. So that's the positive of it.
The crowd is ready to erupt as their guys get set to take the field. Let's join public address announcer Mike Carlucci. With that, here's a look at the Yankees starting lineup. Anybody catch your eye, Dan? Standing in, John Wiggins. First chance for him here in the top of the first with nobody on. Fastball in there for a called strike.
Man, I think he's trying to send a message right here. I'm going to challenge you. I like my stuff. I think I'm better than you. I don't care how good a hit.
A swing and a drive sent out toward the gap. And it bangs off the monster. Around first, he's digging for second. And he'll make it to second base now with 2 gone.
Well, there's another hit by him here.
Batting third, center fielder, Mookie Betts.
Bradley runs. Beautiful diving stop. Safe. It was a highlight reel stop, but he can't get it out, and runners will be at first. Stepping in and ready for another shot, John Wiggins. He'll stand in to open things up here in the third. There's Porcello back at it now as he gets ahead of the leadoff man. No balls and a strike. Now the pitch. Fastball, and he's quickly in the hole, 0-2.
I think getting the leadoff man in every inning is important as a pitcher. When you're coming off an inning that you really labored through, it makes all the difference mentally.
He dives. Did he catch that? He did. What a play there for the first out.
Good contact.
Ready for another chance? John Wiggins. 1 for 2 with a double on his line thus far. Into the windup and the pitch. A swing and a drive sent out toward the gap. But that'll be off the wall in right center. Around second. He's on his way to third. And he's in there at third with a 1-out triple.
Yeah, and he's the type of player that's
digging in and looking for more. John Wiggins bats here with a double and a triple on his line in this one. First offering on its way. And he takes a pitch right down the middle.
When you're facing this good a hitter, man, that strike one becomes so important. To get ahead with him and make him think about something else. Now you can control the at-bat.
Hit hard towards center. Oh, and this kicks right off of him.
Well, here he goes again. Here's that guy, lead off.
Well, they know their work is nowhere close to being finished, but they've handled their business so far, winning here to punch their ticket to the ALCS and a possible trip to the World Series. Well done.
And they did some damage offensively in this one, enough to get the win, and this man led the charge. He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, he was a big factor in this one, guys. He swung himself into a 3-hit ball game, so he was seeing the ball really well and put some good swings on it, too.
For Harold Reynolds, Dan Plesac, and our entire crew, this is Matt Vasgersian. This has been the AL Division Series.